Hello, everybody. Welcome to art class. I am Mr. Kraft, and this is for those of you that were not able to make it to orientation the other day, and maybe wanted just to see what your art teacher was all about, maybe. And for those that were there and just wanted a refresher on some of the things that we're going to be talking about and going over in art. But so, as you can see, just to get started, I'm teaching from home, and I'm going to be teaching from this space, and this is my studio space. So, anytime that I'm ever doing art at home, this is where you will see me talking to you, unless, of course, it's a beautiful day outside and I have Wi-Fi strong enough to get me out the back door. I might go outside with you guys and do something there. But otherwise, we're going to be here and in this space. I'm going to be modeling. Sort of, not sort of, I'm going to be modeling how I want us to interact and talk. And so, a couple things. You may not know where to stare at your computer when you're talking. I'm looking basically right into the camera. You can look above the camera. You will see me on occasion look up, and that's because I've got notes attached nearby for things that I want to be sure that I am able to say to you. So, part of the modeling of this could be getting your workspace lined out, getting everything set up so that if you need tools on hand, I've got my pen and my paper right here. I've got my coffee. In your case, I don't know that I would suggest coffee. Maybe a big glass of orange juice and some water. I probably drink too much coffee. So you those things will all be here. I've got, as I said, some notes here, and I've got adequate lighting. Try to be sure when we're doing art, especially that you have adequate light because it's just harder for your eyes to work, and just you can get headaches. I often get headaches. So I try to be very aware of how my light is, what my station looks like, if I'm able to get to everything that I might need. So just some things to bear in mind. But I want to get back to my points. As you notice, I just double checked there. So feel very free as we go into this new school year to have things like that. And I'm not going to freak out if I see you keep looking off camera. I'll assume you're looking at your notes just like I am. So, but anyway. Adam Kraft is my name, and I've been teaching for almost 11 years, but this is my first high school time. So I am super duper excited to get with you guys and just do some really awesome art and get to know you. Honestly, this is the most jazzed I've been to teach in quite a while. And then we had COVID, so I'm not able to come and do art with you guys in the person. So we're going to do it like this, and that's awesome. But I've been teaching for 11 years now, more or less, and I've been doing art most of my life. There is I think it's the next page after this one in the module. If not, you are going to find it. There is a slideshow that shows variations of my art, both in the digital and in the traditional realms. So you're going to see kind of where my art tends to go if I'm just hanging out, having a good time, sketching, drawing, painting, whatever. Um, I do have a fine arts background. So what that means is if you ever heard of an artist or artist names like Vincent van Gogh, Michelangelo, Da Vinci, people like that, I was trained in those concepts, and those are great foundations. So I'm going to teach from those same foundations. But I'm a super nerd. I love Star Wars, Star Trek. I love Transformers, G.I. Joe. I love comic books, movies, cartoons, the whole thing. So, as I had said, with our orientation, hopefully my nerd and your nerd are going to be able to meet and we'll get some awesome stuff done. But we are going to learn from the basics. And so, as you look at my art, bear in mind that I'm going to be teaching from the same place that I learned to do this work. And so, it's going to be maybe a little more comprehensive than you might be used to. I don't know, but it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of fun. So I'm really excited about that. Um, Effort is a big one. So there is there are those of us who have natural art talent. You just come into the world naturally gifted with art. You pick up a pencil, and almost immediately you're able to make something that looks pretty amazing. And there are those of us that come into the world without that natural talent. Either one is perfectly fine, right? So I mention that because in the past I've had students get really concerned that they, while they wanted to do art and were really happy to be having an art class, they were super nervous about being able to produce anything that they thought was worth their time, my time, worth a grade. Um, Go ahead if you are nervous and get rid of that. Like you can just toss that right out the window. I grade completely based on the effort. Did you follow the directions? And did you complete the assignment? Now, if you, and this is a true story, I had a student, this was several years ago. The assignment was to draw using student mirrors a self portrait, which is an image of the face, the upper shoulder area. And this student spent, it was probably 4 or 5 days, really working hard, legitimately working hard, trying to do what I, suggested. I always give feedback, always give little, tips and such. And so she was making the effort, super making the effort. And when it got finished and it was done, it looked almost exactly like a shoe if the shoe was off and the opening was here where the foot goes in. So you're like holding the shoe up like this. It looked really and truly like a shoe with, I mean, laces and the tongue and everything. And she got 100% on the assignment because my job is only to help you to get better, to help you to see art as an outlet, as a real and tangible skill set, and that's it. And so my job is not to like what you do, although I typically love everything you guys do. I'm a creative nerd, so when I see student work, it just gets me going. I start to think and I really want to see new stuff. So I typically love most art you guys do. So don't think that's an issue. But even if I didn't, it's not my job to. So don't be nervous. And don't think that you're in any kind of competition with anyone except yourself, really. I've had to come to that with my own art where I talked about Van Gogh and Michelangelo, and there's a part of me that would very much love to be able to do what they did, those kinds of paintings and those master works, and I'm not there yet, and I understand that, but I make the effort to continue, and I don't try to compare myself in a negative way to other artists like that, but I do use them as the benchmark to see where I want to get, where do I want to be, and so there's a term that is called failing forward, and you are going to make mistakes. I make mistakes constantly with my art, constantly, and you are going to have pieces that just simply don't work like you were hoping. Again, I have a shelf back there. You see Yoda, and right underneath Yoda to the side, that's a shelf of many pieces that are half done, three quarters done, completely done, and not where they were supposed to be. But failing forward implies that even when you don't succeed, you've picked something up. It's not a waste of effort. It's not a waste to not succeed. The waste is not learning from it, really and honestly. So, anytime that you have a piece of art that does not work, don't freak out. Don't take it personal. I know that for me, I had a piece that I spent, and I was actually keeping up with the time. I spent nearly 27 hours on, and I messed it completely up at the end. Completely up. And it was very upsetting at the time. And I took it very personally because it was my energy, my effort, my time. And it was gone. And I had this beautiful thought that was not able to come from my head into the real world in art. And it really upset me. And it helped me learn, though. It helped me learn that at the end of the day, even though it was a failure, quote unquote, um, I I learned. I learned from it, and so the next time I didn't make that other mistake that I had made. I made new ones, and I got to learn from those. So there is no mastery. There are only masterful moments. You will have moments also where you kind of like and you are amazed that you are capable of such an amazing thing. You will have those too. So when we do art, and as you can tell, I'm a super nerd about it. I enjoy the communication that art is, and it is its own special language. It's a way that we as artists and as the viewers of art are able to speak to each other without needing to know the native language. There are many, many artists whose native languages I do not speak, but I can look at their work and know exactly how they felt, what they were thinking, what their life might have been like, and it's all there. It's all there for us to see. So as we explore these different areas in art, I think it's going to be a whole lot of fun. And again, I'm just completely excited and happy to be here with you guys. And this is pretty much going to be how I run the class, too. I'm very engaged. I'm going to be talking to you guys as we are doing art, trying to get to know you and just see where your heads want to take you with this. And so I'm super pleased to be here, and I hope you guys are too. Um, and I guess with that in mind, I will wrap up now and let you get back to your next module or your next thing that you need to get done today. But again, contact me at any point if you are concerned with anything. You can email me, adam.craft@fayette.kyschools.us. It's on the Learning Center site and it's on the advocacy page. I have a link there. You guys can go and hit that, and that will get to me. You can contact me through Canvas and through Google Classroom. And if there's any hiccup with that, which I guarantee there's going to be some hiccups starting out, um, I think we will. I think we will figure it out together and be just fine. And on that note, I want to say to you also, for those of you that might be nervous about interacting remotely like this, just because it's so new and you don't know what buttons to hit and where to look at the camera, I'm right there with you. And there are a lot of teachers right there with you, but we're all very determined and very positive about getting this thing figured out. And honestly, I feel like once we all get the little hiccups out and we get all the little wrinkles smoothed out, I think this is going to be a great way to start the year under the conditions that we have. You know, hopefully we get back in the school building soon, and then, oh my gosh, I can't wait. But I think this will be good too. I think this will be good. So, again, don't worry. It will be okay. We will get through this together for real. We will. And have fun. Art is fun. And with that in mind, love and respect. And I will see you guys hopefully soon. Now I'm going to stare around the edges of my screen while I figure out how to stop this. But I'll see you soon.